right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do today is teach you guys the basics of how to use the video editing software called WeVideo. You're going to learn how to create and name folders and projects, how to use some of the resources. There's images, there's videos, there's audio clips you can use when you make videos. They have a whole library of that. I'm going to teach you how to place those resources and how to edit them on a timeline, which is basically the beginning to the end of your video. We're going to show you how to record and add audio and record and add video, which is important for this project. And also, if I may have time to show you how to import other media, pictures, video, music from outside of WeVideo, although it's not really necessary. Well, it may be for some of you for this project. We'll talk about that. But for most of you, it probably won't be. And then also going to show you how to add titles and captions. And then finally, what you do to finish it and post it, and it goes right to Google Classroom. So it's tied right into the whole Google suite. And then that's going to get you ready for your Hello Video project, which is a micro project. It's a little tiny thing. You're each going to do your own. And basically, it's just a chance for you to practice these skills and show me that you've learned them. Okay, cool. So let us then now get started. So the first thing you're going to need to do, well, I'm going to take you to the Hello Video, but the first thing you need to do is go ahead and I'll share my screen for this, but go ahead and in a new tab, open up your Google Classroom. Go ahead and find your class and go to classwork, and you'll see this you'll see the micro project number 1, Hello Video, and right here it says activate your WeVideo account. Go ahead and click that, and then go to that link. Go ahead and open up that link. Now, it won't do it for me because I'm already in, but you guys are new. You guys who are new, it's going to take you to a page that's going to ask you for a username and a password. So your username is your school Gmail. So go ahead and put your entire Gmail address under username. And then your password is everything in your Gmail up before the @ sign. So your first initial, your last name, and those 3 numbers from your lunch number. That's it. So type that in. Great. Okay, so let's take a little walk around this here environment. So across the top, you have dashboard, and that basically shows you it's the roadmap. It's the top level. It's where you're going to be creating folders and building or setting up projects. When you go a little deeper, you actually get into your folders and the projects themselves. You can also build folders and projects from here. Media, this is where you have collections of stuff that you've brought in or that you've worked with from WeVideo. So you might, on mine, you're going to see various clips that I brought in from other sources that I used to make some of the videos. There's the train clip I used to make the video we watched last week last time in performing arts. Okay, exports, this is any movie that you make, any final project that's all done. They all end up here, and you can sort them and organize them from here. I have a bunch of stuff I did for the promotion stuff last spring. There are some templates that they give you that some of these are actually new. They expanded this a lot since last year. So there's actually pre-made templates that you can open up and just kind of like you do with your Google Slides, and you can drop in your videos and stuff, and they've already kind of created a lot of the basics for you. We'll use those later, but first I want you to know how to do it yourself. Okay, and then you don't have an admin, that's just for me. All right, so let's go to projects. Now, down here on the bottom right, you will see a little blue circle with a plus sign in it. Do you see that? Thumbs up. Do you see the plus sign in the circle? Okay. Get to love the plus sign and the circle. That is your best friend. That is on every one of these screens, these top menu screens. And it will always, the plus means new. And it will always generate something new for you when you click on it. So in this tab in the projects section, if you just hover over the big dot, and you'll see it creates a new project. Above that, if you click the smaller dot, it'll create a new folder. What I want you to do right now is actually go ahead and click new folder. And I want you to title that folder JMA, for Journalism Media Arts, and create that folder. Should be the only folder you have. It pops up. Now go ahead, go to that folder and open it up. So now we're empty in here. And you should see the start creating stuff in here. Now go to the plus and see what it lets you do here. You could continue creating folders inside of folders if you wanted to. You don't need to for this one though. You're gonna create a project. So go ahead and click on the big circle, create a new project. All right, and you're gonna get this section right here. So you can see in Pear Deck then how I want you to name it. I want you to name it, ignore the little brackets, name it JMA _ hello _ and then your first initial last name, like you do for your Gmail. Okay, so mine would be JMA _ hello _ C Spittler. Okay, and please name these like this, always starting with JMA, and then we'll have a keyword from the project, and then after that we'll have your first initial last name. All the stuff that we do, that'll keep it organized so that when you turn it into me, I can sort it easily, find stuff easily, and be sure that you do title your videos, because it'll always default to just my video, and you got to make sure that you actually name the stuff. Okay, now this is for you guys. This is normally a personal project, means just you work on it and nobody else can see it. Okay, collaborative means that more than one person can work on the video. Although when you work on the videos, only one person can work on it at a time. But it's floating up there in the cloud, and you guys can work on it individually, so you can all do a group project. You can all Zoom on it and talk about it, but only one person can actually be in WeVideo doing that work. Then there's something called shared, where everybody works on the project. And we're not doing any of those. But anything we do in here is either going to be personal or collaborative. Just for the sake of me being able to help you, if you have any trouble, right now, just put it down as collaborative. But the only person you're going to collaborate with is me. So it'll be you and possibly me coming in to help you on this project. Okay? Then click next. Okay? And now you'll see that you have an option here to add members directly or to invite them with a link. So you could invite somebody from another class if this were a different world that we were in. But since we're all in the 8th grade together, we're going to be doing this. Although I may or may not use this with performing arts. I'm debating, and I'll talk to you about why. Okay, we'll go ahead and click add members and go next. And then just scroll down and find me. There I am. I'm the owner. Just click me and hit next. And now I'm actually a part of your project. So if you have a problem or a question, you can ask me. I can actually go in and look at what you're doing and tell you what I see. And we'll probably have to do that with all of your projects because we're in the virtual space. All right. This will come up where it says add media. You have nothing to add right now. This would be if you had stuff that you'd imported that you wanted to use as part of your video. You could put it in here now, but you don't have to worry. Even if you don't put it in here now, you can always put it in here later. So just go ahead and click next. Okay, and it says project is created. Give me the thumbs up if you got the check mark and it says done. Okay, so now we're ready. We can actually create the video. All right, here we go. Create a video, click it, bam. It's gonna ask you, do you want a template? No, you want a blank canvas. So just click blank and then click start editing and you will get this right here. This is the WeVideo desktop. All right, so let me just kind of walk you through the pieces that are here. Up here across the top, you see, of course, your master menus at the top. Underneath that, you see there's a couple other menu bars, all right? This right here, it says My Video. Go ahead and click it. It's time to name your video again. As I said, it defaults. So JMA _ hello _ and then first initial last name. Always do that as soon as you walk in, as soon as you open up your video the first time, name it, because if you forget, you'll end up with a bunch of clips on your desktop just called My Video. Okay, so just do that first. By the way, it automatically capitalizes, so nothing you can do about that. When you create the project, it will name the project as a file, but it will not name the project inside here. I do not know why. It is annoying. So you just have to make sure you do it. Okay, underneath where you just put your name, or I should say next to it, you have a little hamburger. You click that. There are some various windows you can open to do some other stuff. We're not going to be worrying about that too much today, but those are there. Underneath that, though, we will be using these. These are some other separate batches of resources and menus that you work with. So star, this is your favorites. When you go through the library, the WeVideo library of video, images, and audio, they all have a little heart on them, similar to what you see in you know, social media. If you really like something, so if you're on a hunt for something and you see 2 or 3 that you like, you click the heart, and then it will bring up the ones that you mark down as your favorites. Okay. Here, the file that's next to it, this is where you bring in what your resources are. This is all of your files, your elements that you have that you've uploaded to WeVideo. I have several here. You can see I have folders full of them from other projects. When you're in import, you're going to see these right here, these 3 folders. My media is stuff that I have, all the stuff that I have on in my WeVideo folders. Shared is something that I could be sharing with somebody else who's working on the project with me, so we'd put our stuff in that folder. And then project media is stuff that is just for this project. Okay, and you know, right now I don't have anything for this project, so there's nothing here. Okay, the exports, that would be once I saved it, it'll actually put the final file here. But because I've done nothing here yet, nothing's completed, this is an empty bin. Go ahead and click project media and keep yourself in that space so that any media that you do create or pull will be right here and ready for you to use for this project. You can find it quickly. Okay, moving along. This here is the menu that we use for text, and we'll get to that. So just know the letter A means text. That's for captions or credits or titles. Next to that is your audio files. There's a whole bunch of free music and sound effects that are here. You can see it over on the left. You'll have a chance to explore those later. Clicking again, these are transition effects. I am not going to have you worry about those this time, but if you want to play with them, you can. But these basically are how you move from one scene to another. So do you wipe, do you dissolve, a number of different ways you can change from one scene to another. And then finally, this one here is background. So if you're doing a green screen kind of thing and you want a background behind you, you can do that here. Or if you just want background and you want to put text on top of it, you have these backgrounds you can use here. Okay, and there's different kinds of those, different sorts of graphics basically that you're going to use. But all right, let's go back to the folder. So we're in a neutral spot. Then over here, this is where whatever you make, you'll preview. You always see it here. You can play it, look at it, make sure it looks right to you. You can make this bigger or smaller if you like. It defaults to about 1/2 of the top of the page. And then down here, these are your tracks. It always gives you, to start off, 1 audio track and 2 video tracks. It just lays those out for you automatically. And so you can add more with the plus sign here. You can always add more video, more audio, and you can name them, okay, as you go. And we're actually going to have to add 1 or 2 tracks. For now, though, where it says audio, click that and highlight the name and change the name to music, because that's going to be your music. Then when you're done with that, go up to video 1, highlight that, and name that talent. when you're talking about TV movie terms, talent is any live body that's being videoed, on screen. So a newscaster is talent. In a commercial, the people are the talent. In this case, you're going to be the talent. Okay. All right. And then on top of that, you can highlight that and you can put titles. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Next row of menus for you to be aware of. We have one here called import. That's what you're going to use to bring in anything that is not already in the WeVideo libraries. Okay, and we talked about those can be found under the music, and they can be found with the star. The star is a library where you can go searching for all their stuff, and you can do the favorites when you get there. So, for example, go ahead and click star. I think I should show this to you. So click star and you see all this come up. And then you have an option here. You can look for through your all of it, everything, your videos, your images, your audio. Right now, just type in a word that you like. How about dog? And hit enter. Okay, here's all the WeVideo stuff that they have that has dogs in it. Okay, now if I just want to see the videos only, I can click that. If I just want to see still images, just pictures, I can click that. Okay, I don't know if there'll be any music about dogs. We can look. Oh, there's one about dogs, country farm music. Okay, so if I'm looking through here and I see a couple that I like, I can click the heart. Okay, and then just when I click that, it'll just show me all those things I've got hearts on. And if I scroll down, you'll see those. There's the dog ones I've just added. Right, so that's how I find my favorites. So the star is the library. You can mark your favorites. You can find your favorites with the heart. Realize I didn't quite explain that clearly. So now you know. All right. Then next to that, we have the all-important record button. When you click that, it will actually record you doing work on your camera and your microphone. This is both video and audio. If you click narrate, it's just audio. So for example, if you made a slideshow and then you just wanted to have your voice going over the slideshow, you can click narrate. It'll create an audio track and you can record while you watch the slideshow. You can put a narrative track down. Okay. But what you're going to do right now, everybody, sit up straight, stare at your camera. In a moment, you're going to click record and you are going to say the tiny little script I have here. You're going to record video of yourself saying, hello, my name is, and tell us your first and last name. And then something interesting about you. And I like turtles. Don't say I like turtles. Say something else interesting about you. So just a quick clip of your face, you saying your name, and then saying something about yourself. Could be a trip you took or something you really like, but something interesting maybe that we don't know about you. All right? So take a moment right now. Get yourself into WeVideo. Click record. Take a breath and begin. I'm going to do it too. All right? So you might want to mute me so you don't hear me while you're working. Then come back when you're done. Actually, I'll mute myself. Okay, so this is actually the point where we were having some trouble in class because we were not able to get the cameras to work, some of us, and I have solved that problem. The reason it was telling us it was not allowed was because we were already using our cameras for Zoom. If your camera is already engaged for some other activity, then WeVideo cannot take over the camera to use it to record. So those of you who were able to record in class, the reason was, and I didn't put this together at the time, was because you were not using your video in the Zoom call. So your camera was free, and therefore you were able to record. So those of us who were struggling, that was our problem. We had our Zoom video on, and therefore our cameras were in use. So you should have no problem using this at home when you do it, because you're hopefully not using your camera for any other purpose. Just be sure you're not before you go to the next step. Okay, and so then the next step would be to go over here to record and click it and tell it you want to record from your webcam, and it'll pop up, and there I am in front of my green screen in my room. And then you hit start recording. It'll give you a brief countdown. and then you start. Hello, my name is Christopher Spittler, and I love Universal monster movies from the 30s and 40s and 50s. I love Frankenstein and Dracula and the Wolfman and the Mummy. I just love those old crispy, crunchy black and white movies. They're just my favorite of all time. Can't get enough. Blah. Okay, and then you can, play it to make sure you're happy with it. Okay, you'll notice that I left plenty of room at the beginning before I started, and I left some room at the end where I finished. That's so that I can be sure I can clip it to just the length I want. You don't want to start recording and then start talking right away because you may actually cut off the beginning of what you're saying. You also don't want to cut it right off when you're finished because you may not give yourself enough at the end to work with when you're editing. So always leave a 2 or 3 second count at the beginning and a 2 or 3 second count at the end of anything that you're recording live, whether you're recording yourself or other people, and that will give you the kind of the wiggle room that you need for editing. All right, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's fine for the project. So I'm going to save it, and it'll go ahead and save it right there. It's already done, doesn't have to process. It's just cooked right there. I should have done to process long because it's only a 25-second clip. Your video is probably going to be under 30 seconds. So we just have to wait while it goes through its processing, and that's what the little wiggly line here means. Should be done fairly quickly. Okay, it has finished processing and it's completely there. You may have noticed that my screen changed, and that's because I've been piecing this together, doing different takes over time. So the files on my screen may have changed position, but right here, this is the one that we saved, and it's all done processing. Now, I am in my media, and this is all the clips that I have and you may be there too. Even if you do it in project media, you may actually have to go back to my media and move it if it doesn't drop it into your project. And that's very simple. You don't see it in your project. Just go to my media, find the clip you want, right click it, hit share to project. As long as you're in the project that you're working on, it will automatically move whatever media you want and drop it into your folder. Okay, so now you come over here, you can see this. I also have a couple other clips that I used to make this video that you're watching. You're just going to be seeing this clip right here because it's the only thing you've recorded so far. So it's there, it's all good. So you're ready to go. Always before you leave the WeVideo environment, always go over here to the hamburger and click save, and it will save all of your changes, and it'll even take a thumbnail of whatever you're at, where you're at, so you don't lose anything. You don't usually lose anything anyway. It's like other Google apps in that it continuously updates, but occasionally we've had people lose some stuff they did because they did it quickly and quit out, and the servers didn't have a chance to update. So just always make a habit of going over here to the hamburger, upper left, and saving it so that you're sure that all of your changes get saved. Okay? All right, great. So that's it. And then you'll have, you guys who've done the recording in WeVideo, you will have the file ready for you to go when we meet in class again. You guys who are working in FlipGrid, you will need to record it in FlipGrid on your phone, probably, because that's for a reason most of you are doing it because you don't have a good camera on your laptop. But you may choose to use FlipGrid instead of this to record. I don't know why you would, but whatever. It's your choice. As long as you can get a clip here into WeVideo, you're fine. So you should then, once you've, well, I'm going to actually switch over and show you FlipGrid. So give me a second. Okay, so this is my FlipGrid. This is what it looks like for me on my educator dashboard. It's going to look a little different to you, but it should be pretty close. Anyway, you do your recording here, right? You have an action. I think you just have a button, but you record your response. So you have 30 seconds to make your video. I've turned off effects and stuff, so you don't have to play with those. It's just purely supposed to be just a raw clip. Hit it. It gives you a countdown. Hello, my name is Christopher Spittler, and I absolutely love Universal monster movies. I love Frankenstein, Dracula, The Mummy, The Wolfman. Love those crispy, crunchy old black and white movies. They are just my all-time favorites. Again, leave yourself enough time at the beginning and the end. A couple of seconds. I kind of rushed into this one just because I've already done this. But anyway, on either side so that you have the space to do the actual editing on either side. Okay. When you're done, you click next. It lets you review it. Okay, I'm happy with it. It asks for a selfie just to kind of identify it when you submit it. So, but I warn you, get your face ready because as soon as you click this picture, it takes a picture of your face. So get your pose ready. And it's done. Okay. Next, there's your video, your picture. Okay, then it uploads it. Okay. Now again, put your name is JMA, and then put your initials, whatever in your initial and your first and last name, and you can just put hello clip. That'll be fine. Then you submit this. Okay, success. Now it'll now be visible on FlipGrid, so other people can't see it, but don't worry about it because we're all going to see each other's work. However, it's there. You're done, and it will also automatically submit this to Google Classroom. But what you can also do once you have pulled it is you can actually download your response, and that requires going into the response, hitting action, and downloading the video. Okay, you download that to your computer. Okay, once you've done the downloading, it doesn't take too long. And actually, I noticed, and so I was right, it will actually download it to your computer as well as to Google Drive. So you have the option of either when you go to import. So again, be sure you're in your project, go to import, and then you have two ways to go. You can go to your Google Drive and find it and import it that way, or you can just browse to select, look in your downloads on your computer, and here it is right here, MP4 file, open. Okay. It's going to ask you where you want to put it. It looks like you'll have to put it in my video, or my media, I should say, and then just import it. You may even, we may want to talk about this next time. Maybe we're going to build a little JMA media folder, although you may not need that right now because I'm the only one you're using this software with probably, but you may want to create folders where you can put your media for easy access. I think I'm going to do that later so I can find the stuff for us. But for now, importing it to my media should be fine. So import it there, and it's going to drop in. Here it is, the one you can see, and it's going through its processing. And as soon as it's done processing, you'll have it, and just the same way you would have had it if you recorded it in WeVideo. Boom, there it is, and you can right-click it, share it to your project. Okay, if you go to your project, boom, there's the one we made in WeVideo, and there's the one we made in the other thing. Oh, I just noticed I'm not wearing my hat right now. Who cares? Okay, so now you've got it all set up. So whether you use WeVideo to record or FlipGrid, you should be cool. You should be all set for next week. All right. So again, if you're having any problems at all, do please come and see me during office hours. The link is there in classwork, and I'll be there tomorrow and Friday from 1 to 2:30. Otherwise, best of luck. And feel free to fool around and play with some of the stuff that's in WeVideo between now and next week. It's a lot of cool features. A lot of you guys who are already tech savvy or have worked with various video editing software may find that you find your way around it pretty quickly. But for you guys who don't have a lot of experience with this, don't worry. We're going to take the time next week and get you all the way through. And as long as you've got this clip, I think we'll be able to get the stuff we need together and actually finish the project more or less in class next week. One thing you can do if you want to get a heads up is go ahead and look through the stock media over here. That's what this is, stock media, the star. And, you know, whatever you said you like, see if you can find an appropriate piece of clip, a video or something that you can add to it. So, you know, I talked about monsters, and there's a few clips of monsters in here that maybe I'll use. Monster Kitty, okay. But I see some other stuff like vampire or whatever. That's kind of fun. I might just, you know, just so we can throw this in to the mix, because that's the other thing I want to show you is how to import, you know, these clips from the library. So find one or two and, you know, make them your favorites. I'm out in front of a green screen, so I might actually put a background in. Take a look at some of these and see what I like. Okay, and then we will talk about that on Wednesday of next week. All right, friends, have a good one, and see you tomorrow in Performing Arts or Friday, and then we'll be back here doing this fun stuff in a week. Later.